One day, I'm living my life, not expecting anything other than a normal day, when I get a phone call that changes everything. I found out I have breast cancer. This isn't going to be scripted. There's no special camera or audio equipment, as you can probably tell. It's just me and my laptop in my front hallway of my house, wanting to share with you this journey that I am just beginning. I've had life-altering health issues for years now. Life-altering, dysautonomia, chronic pain, definitely life-altering, but until this cancer diagnosis, never had anything life-threatening. So this is a new chapter. This is a new overlay for me. And I tell you, when I got the news, I cried. And I have to tell you, I cried not so much for me, but I cried for my husband. I thought, what is this going to do to him? Am I going to die from this, wither away day after day like two of my friends have? Within the last 6 months, two of my friends have died from cancer, and it was long and prolonged. They ended up in hospice. It was a thing. And I didn't want my husband to go through that, so I cried tears for him. I cried tears of just uncertainty. God, what are you doing? Why are you allowing this? Yeah, I struggled. I remember sitting in the doctor's office here just a little bit ago, looking over the nurse's shoulder as she was putting notes in my chart, and I could read in big letters my name, the date at the top, new patient, and breast cancer. And it's like, I never expected to be here, but as I think about it, why shouldn't I be here? I've got 4 friends that are currently struggling through cancer right now. I've got 2 that have died in the past 6 months. Why should I be any different? Nothing special about me. So here I am with cancer. And I just see that in the years that I've struggled with health challenges, I've learned, or am learning, that you never give up. You keep finding a way through. You do not give up. The thing I keep saying to myself 100 million times, you play the hand you're dealt. You play the hand you're dealt, and you don't always get the cards you want. And you're out of control of that. But what I can control is my attitude. And I've got 2 choices as I see it, as I've thought this through. I can either face it head on, acknowledging how I feel, experiencing my emotions, not denying them, going straight through it, but choosing positivity, choosing to focus on that one little tiny thing that can bring positivity to my life. Some days it is just one little tiny thing. Some days it's more. But to focus on that, to fill my mind with positivity, to surround myself with positive people. Or I can cave in on myself. I can crawl into a deep hole of self-pity, fueled by anger that says, I don't deserve this. Why did this happen? This isn't fair. And then I can make the people around me miserable. I can hurt the people that I claim to love. Oh, I can do that. Or I can choose the other, and it's my choice. Can't control what happens to me, but I can control how I respond. So my choice is, on that day, I got that diagnosis, and here on out, I choose faith. I choose hope. I choose positivity, not fear. Because fear is a bully. It's like a black hole that if I give into it, I definitely felt it on that day I got the diagnosis a little bit ago. I felt it. like icy fingers gripped and wrapped around my heart. But if I give in to it, it will consume me. It will crush me. It's like this black hole that if I get close enough to its gravitational well, I will get sucked in and I will be crushed, demoralized, destroyed. It will remove my hope, my peace, my joy. No, I'm not going that way. I do not know how this journey is going to end, and I have chosen to take you along with me. I hope it will go that my cancer turns out to be encapsulated, not infiltrating, not spreading anywhere to any other part of my body. I hope for that outcome. I pray for that outcome, but I don't know what the outcome is going to be. But I want to take you with me because the people that inspire me, some of whom I am going to mention here in a few minutes, the people who inspire me the most are the ones who face challenges they never asked for, they never wanted. They'd give them up if they could, but they have to face them because it's the cards they've been dealt. It's the hand they've been dealt, and they've got to play them the best way they can. But instead of collapsing in on themselves in anger and self-pity, instead they choose positivity. They choose to find ways forward. And also they choose to have their journeys seen by other people, unsanitized, unscripted. They just put it out there in the hopes that someone will be encouraged, someone will be inspired, and that's my hope. I want to be one of those people. And so here I am on a YouTube channel, never thought I ever would be. Here I am making a video, never thought I would. But my heart is I want to be one of those people that inspires, that encourages. And I have no clue if I'm going to get 5 total views on this video and 4 of them are my family. I don't know. But I do know I want to put this out there. And I want to take you along on my journey, a journey that I have no clue how it's going to go. Every week I'm going to post a video. Lord willing. And I'll take you along and we'll see where this takes us. You know, but I choose faith over fear. That is my motto. I fully face the fear, the confusion, the pain, the questions. What's this going to mean? Is it going to end well? Is it not going to end well? What's going to happen? What's the journey going to look like? I don't have any pat answers. But I do know because I know Jesus personally. And I've experienced a lot of things in my life, a lot of hard things from childhood on. At so many different points, I have caught glimpses of him. I have seen him and who he is, his goodness, his faithfulness to me. I'm not just a Christian in name. I'm a Christian in heart. I've got a new heart that Jesus has put there, and he is amazing. So he's going to factor very heavily into this story. He is the core of this story, and I'm grateful to keep him on these videos as the core of that, because that's who I am. That's who I am. And he's the one that gives me the strength to face things as I do. So I have faith, not fear. Faith that he is always with me. Faith that he is at work. Somehow, sometime, some way he's going to bring some good out of this. And I am hoping and praying not just good in me, but good in someone else's life. Maybe your life. I hope so. My mom asked me, how do you stay so positive? With all the health stuff you've dealt with and continue to deal with, particularly chronic pain, that's a rough one. I'm telling you what, that's a cruel and challenging teacher for sure. Every day in, day out. It's a tough one. My mom said, how do you stay positive? And I thought about that for this video, and I I thought, obviously, I stay positive by reminding myself what's true. I read the Bible every day because it's truth. What I see, what I feel, what's tangible in front of me, what I can taste and touch, isn't always real. But the truth of the Bible is. And it's timeless. Not just some old book written a long time ago. It's timeless for today. It's God's word, and I fill my mind with it every day. Every day. I've said it to myself, I don't know how many times since my diagnosis, Psalm 61, 1-4. From the ends of the earth I cry to you. Oh God, hear my cry when my heart is overwhelmed within me. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you have been my refuge, my shelter from the storm. God's good. And he has been and is my shelter from the storm. So the Bible, every day, reading it, thinking about it, praying it through, just laying everything out to God, however it is I feel, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. I also express myself through art, through poetry. I draw, I paint, I write poetry, I sing, I play the flute. I'm just kind of a creative gal. And that's how I express the feelings that sometimes I just can't express any other way. So that helps keep me positive. I also have been seeking out positive people. And I'm continuing to do that since my diagnosis. People that inspire me, people that deal with really, really difficult circumstances and they find a way to keep persevering. Some of them are Christians, some of them are not, but regardless, they find a way to focus on positivity and keep moving forward. And as I mentioned earlier, they find a way to make their story public, so other people can find comfort and encouragement in their own challenging times. And that's why I'm doing this. Hopefully I'll be one of those for at least a few people. But the people that I have really recently found to be, it's an eclectic group, and the links to their YouTube pages, their websites, if they have them, will be in the description of this video, so I'm hoping you'll check them all out. But these are people that right now, as I'm processing this, people that are encouraging me. One is Joni Eareckson Tada. She's amazing. Her attitude, she's also been and continues through the crucible of pain. When she was 17 years old, many years ago, she dove into the Chesapeake Bay, broke her neck, became an instant quadriplegic. She lay there in the water face down, and her thoughts were, God, what is going on? Am I going to drown? I'm scared I'm going to die. And then in the next breath, the next thought, she thought, what if I live? What am I going to be like? What is life going to be for me? Well, God has shown himself faithful to her, but he has not taken away her quadriplegia. She's still in a wheelchair, but she finds ways of expressing her love for the goodness of God in ways that will just sometimes take my breath away. She is such an inspiration to me. Her organization, Joni and Friends, puts wheelchairs into the hands of people that can't afford them, both in the United States and in other countries. And she loves to share what Jesus means to her. And she is an inspiration and a light. Through her cancer diagnosis, through her chronic pain that has developed, ironically enough, in her last part of her years. She went from no sensation at all, struggling with that, to now chronic, terrible pain. her nerves are on fire and she lays awake at night and can't sleep. But she's an amazing woman. Her love just oozes out of her. She is so inspirational to me. So that's Johnny Erickson Tata. Check her out. Link in the description. Celine Dion. Beautiful voice. I'm sure many of you have heard of her. Her voice is absolutely amazing. In recent years, she has come down with a very rare neurological condition called stiff person syndrome. And it results, there's a plethora of symptoms, but one of the primary ones is she has these painful, very, very painful spasms of her muscles where she can't, her hands, everything contort and she can't relax her muscles, and it's very painful. And these spasms are so severe they can break bones. I mean, we're talking serious. She did this documentary, and you can stream it on Prime Video. I cried through it. I cried for her because she's in a journey and she chose to share it with you and with me. Anyone who wants to watch that video, she lays it all open, and I admire that so much. She allowed herself to be videotaped during one of these attacks, which come quite often for her. I had to cry. I could not cry. But she's a brave woman, and so is Johnny. And that's what I want to be, as a brave woman as well, by God's grace. So don't forget, I Am Celine Dion. It's a documentary. You can stream it on Prime Video, and it's amazing. Allow yourself to be inspired by her as well. Link in the description. I also love positive and funny people, and I got a couple of those too. One, I got to tell you, I love Minecraft. I love Minecraft. I started playing Minecraft when I wanted to connect with my 3 oldest grandchildren. They have since then, and we've had great adventures in the past, but they have since then moved on to other things. I, however, have continued playing Minecraft most every day. It's a very engaging, very creative game. I love to create. I find an outlet for my creativity through that game. I also love the strategy of it, and whenever I'm able to play with others, which I rarely get to do these days, I love this game. As I got into Minecraft, I heard about a survival server called Hermitcraft, and I started watching videos. And there was one particular person called GoodTimesWithScar that was on the Hermitcraft server, and he makes these amazingly beautiful builds in Minecraft. Now, if you know anything about Minecraft, you know it's basically little cubes, little blocks. How can you make anything beautiful out of little blocks? He does. Amazing things. And I thoroughly enjoy the family-friendly humor that he does. But I thought there was something different about him, and I couldn't put my finger on it. So I was scrolling through his YouTube page, link in the description, you got it, you guessed it. So check him out. But I was going through his YouTube page and scrolling down. Even if you don't like Minecraft, you really should give it a try, you never know. But if you don't, that's fine. Scroll all the way down until you see his face, his in real life face. Those are going on the thumbnail for the videos. Those are going to be his vlogs, his video blogs. So he'll be talking on those, and those are the ones you want to watch. There's 2 in particular I highly recommend. They're both called, and one was a earlier version, and then he did an update to that, both called A Day in the Life of a Disabled YouTuber. Yep, you heard me. A disabled YouTuber. When I read about and heard about and watched him take us into his room, into his life, and show us some of the things that he deals with. He's got a some type of degenerative neurological disease that has caused him to be confined to a wheelchair. Hate using that word, confined, because his personality is too funny. He is irrepressible. I don't think he's confined anywhere, but he's in a wheelchair permanently. He requires supplemental oxygen. He has a feeding tube that is his lifeline and yet the bane of his existence, because he's always getting infections, has to go to the hospital, and every time he's put under general anesthetic, he has got to be, usually anyway, re-intubated and put on a ventilator in ICU for days afterwards. I mean, his life is complicated. But this is a young man who chooses positivity. And he expresses himself through his Minecraft builds. And I admire him because he takes the hard hand that he's been dealt and he plays it well. I'd say all in all, he plays it very well. So I recommend Good Times with Scar. Check him out. And also there's one more person that has been very encouraging to me, and that's a comedian called Mark Lowry. His YouTube as well as website, link in the description. Check him out. He is hilarious. I laugh, sometimes with Scar as well. I laugh so hard I cry. But Mark Lowry, he has me in stitches every time. He is so funny. He has a gift of seeing the world. That'll just make you just love him. You just want to give him a hug. He's so cute. So check out Mark Lowry. I'm sorry, but I'm laughing just thinking about him. He is amazing. These are all people that encourage me to think more positively. They encourage me to find that one little thing that might be going well, even if everything else is going very badly, and focus on that. And for me, my focus is wrapped around the love that God has for me, that I still see despite all the stuff that he has allowed to happen in my life. I still see his goodness. It keeps me positive. So I don't know where you are in your journey. I don't know what you're dealing with, but come along with me. Once a week, we'll have these videos, and I'm going to see where my cancer journey goes. It may end up well, it may end up not so well, but I want to take you along with me. I hope you'll take the journey with me. Hit subscribe, whatever you need to do to make sure you know when the next video is uploaded. Next time, I've got all this testing to do, so next video next week will be all about the testing and the results, which will shape my treatment going forward. Because there's a lot of questions as to what that's going to look like at this point. We just need more information. And so I'm in the info gathering mode at this point. And I'll take you along with me there too. I'm so grateful that you have taken the time to watch this video to the end. Bless you for that. And I hope somehow that it will encourage you to choose positivity no matter what is going on in your life. Choose hope. It's intangible. You can't taste it. You can't see it. You can't touch it. But it's real. It's real. And it will keep you going when everything inside of you wants to quit. So I hope today, with me, no matter what's going on, you will choose hope. Until next week.